The hardest part is when they liked you yesterday, then suddenly feel impossible to read. You replay every message, every glance, every pause, trying to figure out what changed. And somehow the more you think about them, the less they seem to think about you. That feeling is brutal because attraction feels strongest right when certainty disappears. You start talking too much, replying too fast, showing more, hoping it finally lands. But that usually does the opposite, and most people never realize why. Your crush does not obsess because you gave them more attention first. They obsess when their mind has something unfinished, emotionally charged, and personally connected to solve. That is the trick, and it sounds smaller than it really is. You are not trying to force attention, you are creating an open loop. An open loop is when their brain keeps returning to something unresolved. That difference matters more than people think, because mystery alone is not enough. The real trigger is warmth followed by space, clarity followed by slight uncertainty. That combination makes people lean forward mentally because the story does not feel finished. You've felt this before without realizing it was psychology at work. Someone gave you one intense conversation, then disappeared into their own life. Nothing dramatic happened, yet your brain kept checking for them anyway afterward. It was your attention trying to complete an emotional pattern that stayed unfinished. So if you want your crush thinking about you all day, stop overperforming. Stop trying to be unforgettable by giving them everything at once immediately. The mind rarely obsesses over what feels fully explained, fully available, and fully predictable. It circles what feels meaningful but incomplete, close but not fully owned. They think distance alone creates desire, so they become weirdly unavailable overnight. That just feels inconsistent, and inconsistency without warmth creates anxiety, not attraction. The trick is not disappearing, it is leaving a trace that keeps breathing. Maybe it is the way you noticed something nobody else notices about them. Maybe it is the way you made them feel understood without trying too hard. Maybe it is the moment you pulled back before the energy got predictable. Most people stay in conversations a little too long when they like someone. They keep explaining, joking, proving, extending, because they fear the moment ending. But attraction often spikes right after a good moment ends slightly early. Not abruptly, not coldly, just before the emotional peak has completely settled. That creates what psychologists call the Zeigarnik effect, even if they never use that name. The brain remembers unfinished experiences better than completed ones, especially when emotion is involved. In the interaction when it still feels good, not when it starts thinning out. Leave the moment after laughter lands, not after awkwardness starts creeping in. Leave after connection, not after over-explaining yourself into emotional background noise again. Think about songs that loop in your head after the best part cuts off. The second move is even stronger because it makes the loop personal. Most flirting stays generic, which means it feels nice but quickly evaporates. If you make them feel specifically seen, their mind keeps returning to you. Not because you impressed them, but because you activated their sense of identity. People think about whoever mirrors back a version of them that feels rare. That means vague compliments are weaker than sharp observations about them. Saying they act calm while secretly noticing everything hits much deeper inside. Saying they joke a lot whenever something actually matters can stop them cold. You did not just notice their face, you noticed their pattern deeply. And when someone feels deeply seen, they keep revisiting the moment privately. Do not dump 5 deep observations in one night on them though. Too many makes it feel rehearsed, or worse, emotionally invasive to them. You want to touch identity lightly, then let their mind do the rest. The third move is the one insecure people resist most, usually first. Stop replying like you are waiting beside the phone with your soul exposed. Fast replies are not always bad, but anxious consistency can flatten desire. When your rhythm becomes too available, their brain stops wondering about your attention. Wonder is not created by punishment, it is created by uncertainty with stability. You do not become hard to get. You become real to imagine. And imagination is one of attraction's most underrated amplifiers for lasting attention. If they can picture your day without fully accessing it, they stay engaged. Shape creates curiosity, and curiosity keeps returning even during boring parts of the day. This is why oversharing kills momentum even faster than rejection ever does. Once they know your every thought, every wound, every plan, the discovery phase dies. Attraction needs access, but it also needs unfolding to stay alive longer. The fourth move is almost unfairly effective because hardly anyone uses it well. Give your crush a specific emotional association they do not get elsewhere. Maybe it is relief. Maybe it is playful tension. Maybe it is grounded calm. If every interaction with you has the same emotional flavor, your presence becomes recognizable. Their brain starts linking you with a state, not just a face. They become linked to an emotional experience nobody else created the same way. Maybe around them, you feel sharper, freer, less judged, more alive inside. The mind tags emotionally distinct people as important, even before logic catches up. So ask yourself what state your crush feels around you repeatedly most. If the answer is pressure, neediness, or performance, shift that immediately now. If the answer is ease with tension, you are already halfway there. Your crush thinks about you longer when being around you changes how they see themselves. This is called self-expansion, but the simple version matters more here. People get attached to whoever makes them feel more interesting, more alive, more possible. They think longer about whoever makes their inner world feel wider and brighter. That is why great chemistry feels energizing, not just flattering in the moment. You want your presence to wake something up in them again naturally. React to the part of them they hide behind humor when it appears. Invite them to reveal something real, then do not smother it afterward. That creates emotional depth without the heaviness that usually scares people off. Trying to make your crush think about you by making them jealous. Toxic obsession feels intense, but it does not build secure attraction ever. The better path is emotional contrast, not emotional threat for lasting impact. Emotional contrast means they feel something good with you, then have space to miss it. Threat-based flirting says you might lose me, and that creates fear. Contrast says you like this, and now your mind wants more again. One makes people cling, the other makes people lean in naturally closer. Instead, build it on the emotional imprint you leave after good moments. That imprint gets stronger when you stay slightly hard to fully decode. Just layered enough that they keep discovering new parts of you gradually. Maybe you are playful in public, but surprisingly grounded one-on-one. Maybe you seem calm, but your eye contact carries more intensity than your words. Maybe you reveal confidence through restraint, not constant self-advertisement to anyone. That kind of layered presence keeps attention alive because certainty arrives slowly. Now let us talk about the moment most people sabotage everything completely. They sense the shift, get excited, and immediately chase reassurance again hard. They double text, overread replies, ask where this is going, and squeeze the mystery dry. Once you notice growing attention, your job is not to grab it tighter. Your job is to hold your center while the connection develops naturally. Let them come toward you sometimes without rescuing the silence immediately either. Let them wonder what you are thinking without always making it easy. Let the good moments breathe long enough to become cravings inside them. This is not about becoming detached, cold, or emotionally unavailable at all. It is about becoming steady enough that attraction has room to echo. Echo is what people remember after the room gets quiet again later. And replay is exactly what you want from their thoughts all day. But here is the deepest part, and it changes everything for you. The most powerful way to stay in someone's mind is to stay in your own. People obsess more over those who seem emotionally self-possessed and calm, because it tells their nervous system you are not desperate for crumbs. That energy is magnetic because it removes pressure while increasing significance naturally. Desperation says, pick me so I can feel okay inside for once. Self-possession says, I like you, and I still belong to myself. Your crush can feel that difference before they can explain it clearly. So the real trick is not one line, one text, or one move. It is a sequence of emotional precision, warm restraint, and unfinished meaning. First, you create a good feeling that feels personal and emotionally clean. You end before the energy gets over-explained or emotionally diluted by nerves. You reply with warmth but keep your own rhythm intact every time. You become associated with the state they want more of around them. And most importantly, you stay grounded enough not to ruin the tension. That is how you stop chasing their mind and start occupying it. The strongest social moves rarely look dramatic from the outside at first. Your crush may not say why they keep checking your profile again. They may not even realize why your name keeps surfacing during random moments. But if you use this well, they will feel the pattern forming. They will remember how you made them feel before they understand why. That is when they think about you in the shower, at work, driving home. Because you gave their mind something emotionally alive to return to again. And once you understand that, you stop trying to be perfect for them. You stop performing nonstop and start controlling the emotional shape of moments. You stop flooding the connection with effort that secretly kills curiosity fast. You become calmer, sharper, and far more attractive without pretending to be someone else. You do not need tricks that betray your character or your values. You need timing, emotional accuracy, and the courage to leave room sometimes. Room is where imagination starts, and imagination is where obsession quietly grows. So next time you are with your crush, remember this very clearly. Make the moment real enough to matter, then leave before it dulls. Notice something true about them that feels rare and specific to hear. Let your attention feel warm, not needy or frantic, for reassurance ever. Keep your own pace so your presence feels chosen, not thrown everywhere. Give them enough of you to feel something, not enough to finish everything. Then go live your life so fully that your absence has texture. And lingering is the whole game when you want to stay unforgettable. If they think about you all day, it will not be by accident. It will be because you understood the mind better than your fear did. When you can create connection without losing yourself, people feel it deeply. They trust it more because it feels grounded, rare, and strangely unforgettable. And once someone trusts the feeling you create, they keep coming back mentally.